Boom. Welcome back, everybody. We are here. We are live. It is episode. I had the wrong episode number on our run sheet, so please. I feel like I do. I do. 36? I don't know if it's 35. You know what? Let me actually look at it now. This is why embarrassing if you're doing it. But you know what?
I want to say it's 30. Is it 33?
No, it's definitely not 33. It's definitely not 33. It is 34. I had it right. What the hell did 34. I have on the other thing? It is definitely episode 34. So welcome back, everybody, to the 34th episode of The Lookout. Shout out to everyone who's listened thus far. Shout out to everyone who got their sticker. I feel like everyone has got their sticker at this point. If you asked for one, I still have more. If you would like one, I can continue to send them. Also sent a nice little note with it.
That was cute, man. I had no idea about that. I saw that on the timeline. I was like, oh, okay.
I sent a little note. You know, we had to do.
You know what it reminded me of? Can I tell you what it reminded me of?
Please do.
I used to, back in the day, well, you would know, but Blockbuster used to sell CDs and shit. So like, I would buy CDs, and you know, back then, you would buy CDs. You open it up, they would have promo for like the next albums to come out that year. So like, I bought like a Puff Daddy and the Family album, like the No Way Out project. You open it up, it's like 3 little certificates, like who's dropping next and all that.
Room 112 coming up next summer.
Right. I thought that
something
was
about faith coming up next.
Right. So when I saw the paper that the fans were getting, and you had on there like kind of, you know, what was coming up, that gave me a kick, man. I was laughing at that.
Listen, I love everyone.
Nice touch, Millsy.
I would have loved to have done it better. That was kind of like, I had the idea in it. I didn't have the time to actually do it because I think that was right around, I feel like it was around WrestleMania season, and I'm in full swing with doing multiple podcasts for that. Everyone can listen to the A Show with myself and Justin Davis. I was doing a whole bunch of things. I had a whole bunch going on, and I just, that note, I'm glad I did the note. I wanted to do a little different way, but I can only muster up the note. So shout out to everyone who got it. If you got it, you know what's coming up for the rest of the year, pretty much. If you don't, stay subscribed to RNC Radio Live, and you will know what's coming up for the rest of the year because, you know, we're still doing these things. And just make sure you stay subscribed to RNC Radio Live. You can get multiple podcasts that we're a part of. We have Jeff, who's currently on RSPN, the playoff edition, who's currently with Mark, and they're going through the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference and the NBA Finals, and we're gonna have some fun all with that. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you stay subscribed to the RNC Radio Live for the schedule for that, because, you know, things could get crazy at any moment, and you know,
it's getting hot. It's getting hot.
It's getting amazing. Listen, Dame Lillard is having his Gohan moment, and maybe like
is that what this is? That's what it feels like. It is what it feels like. Actually, it's funny to say that.
Maybe his Super Namekian. I don't know. Whatever. He's getting his moment. He's getting his respect, I think, right now. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. You can also listen to The Perfect Play with Huey. He will not actually be in this week because there's something about Something in the Water Festival is in Virginia right now. So I'm assuming the entire state of Virginia shut down. I don't know how Virginia works.
Maybe.
But he said he's going to be covering that. So you can make sure to look out for The Perfect Play next week. But make sure you can check out all the old episodes of Perfect Play. He's really putting on for his city, really interviewing a lot of dope artists and creators and all these other people in Virginia. If you would just like to just listen to a podcast that's so like just culture from other places, I really do
gotta admire that.
Recommend people check out this podcast. Also check out, what do we have? We have the Cable Box with Fifi, who's been on the podcast. Pat, of course, the Dragon Ball fan himself. He's going over Barry season 2, so definitely check that out. I believe it's bi-weekly every Monday, so you'll be able to check that out. We also have late fees because it is Avengers week right now. They decided to go through the ringer. They locked themselves. Go ahead.
We're me and Mark, you know, we spoke, it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, you know, obviously when we're recording. He's like, yeah, man, we cannot record on Thursday, can we? I was like, no, not really. we both kind of locked in on Endgame on Thursday night, so we're recording on a different night. So
I'm on Friday night, so
yeah, I'm on the first showing. I got the first showing on Thursday.
Really?
I'm in that bitch, yeah.
I couldn't get it. I'm on Friday night. I'm not mad at it. Friday night is a great movie night.
I'm one of those like AMC You know, like they.
Do you have the recline seats? Yeah, I know your ass is a recline seat ass motherfucker, man.
They email me like the pre-sale stuff and all that. So,
all right, this is random, and this has nothing to do with Dragon Ball. Are you a movie snacks person?
Yeah, I like at my movie theater at the AMC. They got the little you know, the little corn dogs, the little mini corn dogs.
Okay,
I really like those things, man.
All right,
I don't know what it is about them, those mini corn dogs. I'm not like a huge candy or chocolate person in general.
No, I'm not at the theater. No, I'm either.
So they're like $5 a box. I mean, I'm not a huge candy chocolate person outside of the movies, but like I'm not really buying it there unless I'm with somebody or like whatever. But a drink is even tough for me because I don't like getting up to pee. But
it's a 3-hour movie.
I will. Yeah, I know. I'm definitely gonna get up to pee during Avengers. I'll find a cool point where it's like, all right, I can tell I can get up.
It's 3 hours. I mean, at any point you do it in the middle of the movie, you still got like an hour and a half to go. So like, exactly. You should be fine. I'm personally, I like popcorn a little bit. I never finish it, or I finish it before the movie starts. I don't know.
I never finish my shit. My shit goes with me sometimes. I like old movie popcorn.
That is so funny.
It's not that bad. You gotta take it.
Nachos. I love the nachos. It just is what it is. I'm not
corn gleezies, man. Corn gleezies.
But yes, the Late Fees crew have locked themselves in the hyperbolic time chamber to watch all the MCU movies leading up to Endgame. So definitely check out Late Fees from last week. But
did you do that with Dragon Ball?
Could I do? Well, you mean shit? You mean like watch all the episodes or watch all the movies?
Nah, I'm in the movies.
No, yeah, I don't think I could.
I couldn't do it, bro. It'd be very difficult to get through.
Yeah, movies.
Not because I couldn't sit and watch them, because some of the content is not worth sitting and watching.
No, obviously not. I'm not watching Bio Broly. I might tap out after that.
Let's not forget, you got to watch Evolution one more time if you do that.
Ooh,
let's not forget.
I had questions the first time.
That means this is an absolute no.
This is absolute no. Yeah, it's a no. It's a no. But shout out to the Late Fees crew for doing that. That's Cam. That's Eric. That's Justin. That's Pat. And yeah, just keep more content down the pipeline. We got playlists galore. We got everything coming. So it's just make sure you stay tuned to RNC Radio Live. I know that was a long intro, but nonetheless, we are here.
Got it all. Now we can actually, discuss what we're here for. And it's something different for us, at least.
Yeah, I mean, so this episode, we're definitely going over the manga and the latest manga chapters because there's just been so much going on. I feel like anything new.
We are dying to talk few this franchise.
Listen, we are.
So we're gonna talk 100%. About the manga today.
Few little news tidbits. Talk a little bit about the controversy with the Blu-rays.
Yeah,
the Dragon Ball Blu-rays.
I know you and I we texted about it like last week. So basically, the North American release of the physical Blu-ray has,
for the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie,
right? Funimation is sending it out, but it's printed in the Blu-ray version. It has a very light green tint throughout the film. I mean, they put a filter. They put a filter over the movie,
right?
Like a light green tint filter. I don't know why people have complained about it. Apparently, the UK edition of the Blu-ray did not have it. I think the digitals do not have it, and I think the DVD version doesn't have it. I don't know what happened. I don't know why this is.
I feel like someone pressed the button and just forgot to take something off.
It's a filter, like it's a filter, bro, like a green light. I mean, if you're just watching it, you may not even if I say, "Hey, Mom, sit down and watch this movie with me," my mother may not notice.
Probably not.
You know what I mean? But like, it's there. It's there. So I don't know if it. I don't know. I see Twitter kind of complaining about it, but like, I don't know if it's true damage control. Like, I don't know if they're gonna have to really fix it. I thought it'd be bigger than. I thought this story would be bigger.
Right.
Yes. It's kind of like, whatever.
So, I'm beginning learning, and this is part of the news cycle as well. I'm beginning learning that Dragon Ball fans, at least the hardcore ones, the super hardcore one, as a franchise that before probably 2015 had been built on re-releases and Blu-ray releases and DVD releases and videotape releases and all these other things over the last 20 years before the show came back on air, before Dragon Ball Super was thing. I'm beginning to learn these hardcore Dragon Ball fans are very much so a stickler on the quality of the content they received.
Yeah, even this.
It
doesn't make the film unviewable at all. It's just probably an annoying thing, I guess, for people to look at, considering they've been waiting for this physical and it's theirs now and they paid money for it, and yeah.
Well, let me get you hip. And I don't know if I'm getting you hip or you know this already, but there is another controversy surrounding quality for the Dragon Ball 30th anniversary Blu-ray releases.
Right. What about it? I went on a website and was running through all the little things and how they can only make a certain amount.
Right. Yeah. So they dropped a preview a couple weeks ago for this Blu-ray release, and it was just like, okay, it's every episode, it's remastered, it's blah blah blah. Original aspect ratio, which is 4:3 ratio, as opposed to the 16:9 ratio that usually we get stuff in. A lot of fans are complaining about the quality of it because of the pixel rate and the grain that is now because of
I get it. When you watch this, it's gonna look how it looked, but I mean, they're probably gonna brighten it up, of course, because it's gonna be on a Blu-ray,
right?
But it's gonna still have. It's gonna look like it came out.
Yeah. So the grain they have to smooth out for sort of new releases, and the smoothing out kind of, I wouldn't say it deteriorates, but it kind of ruins the original raw sort of quality of the original. Okay. So there's for instance, it's it happened in Kai, but it's not as much as it is now. There's a lot of people complaining. I'm seeing there's videos from if you look at Geekdom or Anime AJ or any of the sort of popular things, there's definitely people complaining about, and even so much that Funimation actually released a statement regarding it of how we actually did these episodes, because yes, part of it's clipped off. There's just, to me, some of this may not be relevant to a lot of people, and I would say probably 90% of Dragon Ball fans this is irrelevant to, because the show is the show. Quality comes second, but if you're not someone who's been buying it for the last 20 years, this doesn't really matter to you.
It won't matter to you, yeah.
And I say that as a person who this won't matter to be honest.
Yeah, both of us. It's not a big thing to us.
But there is certainly a controversy, and people have been making noise about how can you expect people to pay $350 for this release, and you release it in such questionable quality. You're either gonna get it or you don't.
It's a process, though. I don't at the end of the day, it's almost like your favorites. It's for example, Detective Pikachu, right? It's
oof.
Right,
I'm scared to see that movie.
No, and I hear what you're saying, but the movie's gonna do numbers. It may not be what you and I had our intentional thought of the first Pokemon live action film would be. It may not be what you and I thought, but it is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you take it or you leave it. I mean, if you're not with it, then move on. But is it going to hurt the hardcore fan who's been a fan for 20 years? I mean, probably not.
You either get it or you don't. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I'm gonna still buy it, bro, if I can, at least.
They released details on the Dragon Ball Z 30th Anniversary Collector's Edition. It includes every episode, so all 4 arcs.
It's cool.
Every episode,
uncensored.
An exclusive full-color 11-inch 30th Anniversary Grandista Goku collectible from Ban Presto. Bada boom, bada boom. So you have that to look forward to. A full-size hardback art book, which is actually
that's what I want.
I want the most.
Yeah, that's what I want the most. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'll pay.
I was like, what? A nice fucking coffee table book? Hell yes.
Yep.
Housed in a stunning collectible box, as they say, featuring Shenron in striking foil design. It is $349.99.
It's pricey.
As of right now, as I'm recording this, which is April 22nd, 2009, at 3:35 p.m. Central Time, there have been 2,776 of these sold out of 6,000.
How many is left? I'm about to say 6,000. So.
Out of 6,000.
They gotta hit that mark to sell it.
They gotta hit the mark to well. So I think they're gonna sell it anyway.
No, I thought it had to hit the mark and then so I'm not sure. I'm gonna try.
You have roughly about 3,000 more copies if no one reserves. I'm assuming this number keeps going up as the days goes by, but it doesn't look like it's going up.
I'm gonna keep track of it.
Yeah, keep track of it.
Make
sure
they had to hit that mark to actually make them when I was reading it, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think they're gonna release them anyway.
Okay,
I would like to think.
I hope so.
If you put in all this effort in sort of the YouTube video and the housing and saying what you're going to get in it, I'm assuming they're going to ship them out no matter what. They're making a profit nonetheless, because $350 for every episode is not a bad deal at all.
No, I don't. It's not, because when you buy
like
these
less than $1
like
an episode.
$60. They're like $60 when you buy these things regularly.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure it's way over $1,000 if you want to go buy this separately one by one. So,
I mean, there it is for you. But that's all kind of the news that we got in. Now we're gonna get to the good stuff, which is the manga, which is
Super Saiyan 4 Goku makes an appearance in Fighters.
Oh shit, you're totally right. And guess what? You called it.
Pretty cool. I did call it. That's pretty cool. But I'll check it out whenever I can. I don't think he's not out yet, but maybe cool.
And I think Super Saiyan God Vegeta in Xenoverse 2, if you're a Xenoverse.
Yeah. Xenoverse gets all the updates, by the way. So,
well,
there's nothing they don't get. Like, Xenoverse has Jiren already. They got Ultra Instinct Goku already. Cleffa. They got all that shit already.
Listen, if you're a Xenoverse 2 person, I mean, hit us up if you're a Xenoverse 2 person. I feel like the Xenoverse 2 people...
That community's huge, bro.
Is it huge? I feel like it's such a small... I don't hear anyone talking about it.
It's because everybody, like... They have all the characters on there, you know. It's super convenient for people who just like the franchise and want to like have everything and not it be so exclusive. Like, Fighters is the fighting game apparently, but like it's still, you know, people want more out of it. So I guess Xenoverse is definitely, for me, everybody can play it because it's not necessarily competitive.
Right. Okay. Let's get into the manga. Sure. Let's talk about it. The manga of Dragon Ball Super and the new chapter, which honestly they haven't announced yet when the show's coming back, even though, you know, the sort of everyone who's got their news from the inside have been saying July. We haven't yet to get an official announcement yet.
It would make sense.
It would make sense. Especially since probably this arc may be done by the time this thing comes out.
It should be. It should be.
But you have a new arc. It is the Galactic Patrol arc. I want to say Galactic Prisoner Patrol arc.
Galactic Galactic Patrol arc.
It is the latest Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. Boom. There we are. I'm never saying it again.
Y'all know what it is.
It occurs after the Broly arc. That is not featured in the manga.
Directly after.
Except in one page.
Plenty of reference though.
A lot of references. What are our general thoughts on this arc thus far? I don't want to get into it. I don't want to go page by page.
No, we won't. I think the one thing I'll say is I think it's going to show up very well animated. It is. I mean, depending on, we're just going based off the manga. So I like the speed.
Me too.
I really do, actually. Yeah,
got a great pace to it.
It's not a lot of fluff.
I feel like the manga, each chapter does play a role, but a lot of things just bleed in and bleed out. Like, you get a section of it, but I feel like every chapter is kind of deliberate in what they're trying to get across and where it actually stops and ends.
Definitely. The new characters, introductions. I enjoy a lot of it, actually. I mean, there's some side characters I always wonder, like, man, do you even have a purpose, or are you just here for this? But like when you read the actual manga and they introduce new characters to you, and just based off their dialogue alone, you can tell how deep they're going to go in this chapter, or in the whole series in general. So the characters that were introduced, they made perfect sense.
It's, to me, it's kind of a breath of fresh air as far as a sort of a story goes, because it kind of feels like, to me, it kind of feels like a Dragon Ball Z type of deal. I get those kind of vibes from it. I don't get it.
It has a Frieza. It has a Frieza thing built to it to me.
And I think it's mainly because it's not I feel like it's this entirely new villain, which is something we've never, and believe it or not, in Dragon Ball Super, we have not seen an entirely new, like, sort of design, new villain, new character, new purpose, new nothing like that. I mean, we've had, Beerus came in, he did his thing.
He's kind of on our side now.
Yeah. He's a good guy now. Yeah. And Goku Black is just really kind of Goku. And
it's a clone.
It is what it is. This is kind of like a full new character. This will go up probably. This will probably stand more closer to the Boos and the Freezes and the Cells.
Exactly.
Than anyone else. Yeah. The new face of evil, in a sense. Yes.
Moro.
It's so much. I got excited for it in the beginning chapter because, well, at least the tail end of chapter 42, where it kind of started, because it did reference the past, and we talked about this a couple episodes ago, where we were just like, yo, they've really digging deep to go into like the Supreme Kai of Dragon Ball Z to really, this is really like very niche in terms of just like what they're actually doing, but especially since he was barely even referenced, and even so, the Galactic Patrol themselves. I mean,
I thought listen, when the Galactic Patrol was first introduced to us, I thought it was just, I had no idea they were going to take it deep and give them like actual backstory. I really didn't care for it either. I just thought it was kind of like,
because Jocko is Jocko.
Because Jocko's Jocko, right? I just thought, another comic relief character with some importance here and there.
Right.
He'll lead us to some information we need here and there, but he's never going to lead a saga. You know what I'm saying? And this is different, and they make Jocko very interesting, and they make the Galactic Patrol cool.
Right. We get introduced to it. All. The sort of the main premise of this is that a villain has escaped. A very bad villain has escaped the Galactic Patrol prison. They need the Supreme Kai who defeated him before to be able to defeat him again. Unfortunately, that Supreme Kai has been absorbed by Majin Buu millions and centuries ago.
Back in the day.
So now we need to steal Buu so we can beat Moro.
Right, so he beat Moro, basically.
And now Vegeta and Goku are pulled into this just by coincidence, just by Mr. Satan calling them and say, hey, some guys are mugging Buu. Like, can you guys come over here?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get more like in depth on, how that came to be when we get the animated series.
Right. Oh, yeah. I expect them to flesh this out.
Yeah, definitely.
Just kind of...
that'll be 3 episodes long.
Right, because... and I feel like we'll even get probably some filler before that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely, dude. It's going to be a good 10 episodes, this part alone.
Yeah, because some things are made for TV and some things are made for manga, and you can't drag out something you have to read.
You can't drag out introducing Goku and Vegeta again, and
right.
Like it's just not worth it.
Them being at home, probably have some episode where they have to babysit together and something like that.
We're talking 20 extra pages, guys.
Oh yeah, 100%. But we get introduced to the Galactic Patrol, and probably the most interesting person is Merus. Merus is introduced. He is the strongest person on the Galactic Patrol. He's got a half what do we call it? Like a micro. What is it? That thing?
His hair?
Yeah.
His hair is trash. He doesn't have it's like a weird
micro bang. There we go.
But the bang falls around the entire head.
You know how I learned the term of, I think it's actually called the micro bang. I'm not sure. It is called the micro bang. You know how I learned that?
How'd you learn that?
From Paramore, and Haley Williams had it.
Yeah, that was her look. where the whole head is just a bang.
Yeah. So he has this micro bang. It's not cool, but it's original. Whatever.
But the rest of his look is cool though. Literally, without I like the way he looks, but the hair is not it for me.
Merus is obviously the coolest, strongest, most probably he seems like he's very straightforward. He seems like the silent cool guy, like very stoic in a sense, but has some cool maneuvers to him.
His actions are very, heroic.
Right. They had pretty much they had an entire chapter dedicated to introducing him.
Yeah. But literally, I mean, they do. I will say this about his character: like they do play him off to be like. You remember when we first met Supreme Kai?
Yes.
We weren't sure. Like this reminds me a lot of that. Like his introduction to me is like, okay, they played him out to be. They kept saying how mysterious he was, and Vegeta's kind of like,
who is this guy?
Him on, yeah.
Why can't I sense how fast he moves?
Right. Like,
why can't I sense him? Period.
right. Trying to make him look stronger than like I hear what they're trying to do. I just don't want us to like get to the main point of this guy, and he's just really a nobody. But from what we've seen, but I'm just saying, if you read, from 42 to 47 or whatever, 46. I mean, it seems like he's legit. No,
I mean, it seems like he's legit. He's a,
but I thought that way about Supreme Kai too.
No, well, Supreme Kai, we never actually saw Supreme Kai in action. We've seen this guy in action.
No, but still, man. Personalities, man. This guy's confident, man.
He's confident because he's the leader of the Galactic Patrol.
This is the real deal, man.
He's gotta be confident though. He's gotta be name. when you're the leader of the thing, and there's kind of like he has his own special, rules to him. You can't really sense him. He has a lot of cool it's not so much cool moves or techniques, at least not yet.
He has a gun.
He has cool accessories like a gun and
and then some other stuff we'll talk about later.
And some moves. So he's introduced in, I believe it's chapter 43. 43. I want to say chapter 43. Actually, let me pull this up on my Viz Media app because I
could be wrong.
I did subscribe to this thing.
Did you?
It's $2 a month. It's $2 a month. I gotta find another manga to read now. But
there's plenty out there, man.
Oh, there is. I could catch up on whatever is going on in the My Hero Academia world.
Punch Man.
Okay. Say less. We get no. He's introduced in chapter sort of 44. The entire like.
Oh, okay. The next one. I guess. Really? Okay. Well.
Let me see. Let me take a look back. No, it's 43. I'm bugging.
Okay, I was about to say 44. I was like, no way.
I am big bugging. So
because 44 was no.
Okay. They get off on the big planet. People are still I don't know. They're trying to steal vibranium or whatever the fuck they're trying to steal at this point. Merus is like, okay, I'll handle this. Very sleek, very cool. He fights a guy named Pasta and Penne, which
Pasta.
And Penne, which is amazing to me. Dragon Ball is just never going to run out of food.
Do you have any? Yeah, I know, right? Do you have any? Oh, just wait until we talk about cranberry. But did you have anything to say about these two low profile characters?
I mean, so they're low profile. I'm glad they're interweaving into the plot somehow because they're the guy who kind of spills the beans on Moro's motivations or what his motivations could be. But they're really just a point of show. I feel like they'll be back. Maybe. Who knows? As some fun, weak villain.
Yeah.
But they're your run of the mill villains trying to steal something, almost get away with it. Merus comes in, stops them. Vegeta in awe.
Vegeta's still like, what? Who is this guy? Yeah. Vegeta's still tripping off this.
He's like, yo, I know Goku stopped him, but you still had him beat, and he didn't even have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like secretly, like
they pulled up behind Vegeta with the strap.
Oh, knocked him out too. Oof.
Vegeta was like, man. You know he was pissed. He's probably low-key hot about that shit.
He's just like, yo, who is this guy? I'm the strongest in the world. Who is this guy? No, I need to know who is this guy. Like that's what I'm hearing from Vegeta. Who is this guy? Still to this day, who is this guy? He's got he's like pretty much, I don't know if he's the Batman of this art.
He may be.
But would you be mad if he was like incorporated within a lot more things in the future?
No, I think he will be. I just feel like Vegeta talks about him way too much. Like, I just don't get, like, I understand that they're trying to find a way to, develop his character and tell us about it. But I just feel like there's just more to it. And I mean, when we talk about Moro later and, the altercation between they had a quick little Merus and him. And even that scene was like, okay, like, what are you really? Like, come on, man.
Right. If you do not know, Merus is apparently a traditional dried squid snack from Japan. So, if you needed,
didn't know that. So he's made out of the actual name is dried squid.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Have you ever had squid before?
No,
it's not bad.
Probably never will, to be honest with you.
Not bad. It's not bad.
Let's get into the next major character we have to release, and we've already talked about him a little bit before, but Moro. Moro is the new villain. He is the new face of evil. He is a goat, human, monkey sort of deal. Kind of reminded me of, I don't know if you remember Billy from Adventure Time. Kind of reminded me of that. But this guy is just way more sinister. I'll say this for the what separates him from past villains. I feel like a lot of past villains had the combat prowess of being like fighters and known as fighters.
Yeah.
This guy kind of is, but I feel like the majority of him and what makes him so scary isn't the fighting or the combat skills. It's the fact that he's a wizard and has all these fucking powers.
He's a wizard. He's a high-powered Bobby,
Yeah. He's Bobby like, with like who can fight and abs and shit.
Yeah. For me, when I first saw the leaks and like the pictures of him, I wasn't sure if it was gonna be like when you're trying to figure out if it's like a low level villain or like something really serious, and like he's clearly serious. Mm-hmm. I think he is the finale to Dragon Ball's fuck power levels. I really do. When I go back and I look at it, and
I like this take, by the way.
What's that?
I said I like this take.
Yeah, I really do. I think it's their final, like, there's no set, like, this is it, because really he when we talk about the battle and just his abilities and what he does, you're right. He's not necessarily a fighter. He has a lot of hand movement techniques. Visually, I think it's a great, like, I think he looks awesome.
I think it's great because it looks, as of right now, I'm sure he'll turn into some strong, sinister looking thing, but it's very, very different and very, very unique.
Well, because it's like
it's not an alien type of deal. It's like
he has an aged look, but he's still lively. I know there's this one, I can't remember if who he was fighting exactly, but it was he was bouncing off the ground. Dodging, I don't know if I want to say it was Vegeta, something Vegeta was doing, and even that was animalistic to like his features, you know what I'm saying? Like he was bouncing around like a ram, like a goat, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just everything about it. I can't wait to actually see it in color and like see what he actually looks like and what he's going to sound like. But I think they hit it on the money as far as what they're trying to do with it. There's already plenty of twist with the character already.
The first twist at the end of chapter 43, where they're like, Goku's like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to sense where he's at."
Yeah.
And
dog, oh my god, bro!
Apparently,
that last page.
That's when I got excited,
bro. That last page, Meelz.
Because Goku says, "I'm gonna try to sense where he's at," and then Goku's like, "Oh my god, he sensed me sensing him."
Yeah.
And
I got real chill seeing that shit.
It was a little smirk to it. He was just like, "Yo, we shouldn't try to sense him. He sensed me sensing him."
I think he screamed at Vegeta for trying to jump in on it.
Yeah. Well, he was just like, "This is one of the. It's not strong, but it's incredibly dark." And it's like he said
it was sinister, or what did he say? He said it was.
He says,
"What's the word he used?"
It was terrifying. It was if a whole lot of people were screaming in pain.
Yeah.
Which is it's a hint to sort of Moro's powers that we sort of learned throughout the arc. But Moro himself is just a scary villain. I like that chapter chapter 44. We get a little bit of sort of the origin story of how this kind
of knocked that out quick. Do you like that?
I like it.
I did too. I really do. I hope they present it that way as well. Like, remember we talked about that a lot. They had so many characters in the tournament and backstory with Jaren and stuff that we thought that they did it so fast because the character was bigger than the story.
Right.
So at least this time they're like, hey, here's some quick information right now. Here's all this.
Now he's on his way via another, renegade warrior named Cranberry.
Shouts Cranberry, man.
Cranberry, the last guy. He escaped the Frieza Force.
He escaped the Frieza Force. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
He managed to. He's just teaming up with Moro because how do you feel about this dynamic? Because it's definitely like, yo, what is he gonna do here?
I think that it is a fun way to show the readers that Frieza is still a nuisance no matter what. Even though, this is just a flunky from back in the day, but the fact that this guy is involved in this story and used to work for Frieza is just hilarious. Also, he spots Vegeta and remembers him, which is awesome, by the way. But I don't. It's cool. The guy's kind of like a ditz. He just listens to whatever Moro has to say, and
because Moro's so terrifying.
Apparently, this Cranberry has seen Moro, do dangerous things. Obviously, prior to the breakout. I think they broke out on the same prison. I'm assuming that's how they met. I think that's what it said. Because I think he was like, "That don't remember what you did when you broke out of the." So I'm pretty sure he had to see it first.
So Cranberry, definitely deserter of Frieza's army. He is the person who has pretty much told Moro about the Dragon Balls, and they're heading to New Namek. Now, before we get to New Namek, I want to talk about a little bit more of the appearance of Moro just a little bit, because he is old, he is decrepit, he does not look like someone who should be much of a threat, but he is. And we learn that appearance, as all things do in Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball is just a series of transformations. It's going to change. Don't get too used to it.
Which is cool. They really do this really well, man.
It's a bit more of a natural, as opposed to like, I'm getting stronger and my power level is going to raise up.
Right. Like, basically, it shows the time frame in which this took him, like how long he's been away.
Right. It shows more that he needs sustenance to be able to become stronger, and that's really the scariest thing about him, is that he absorbs the life energy of all things around, and we learn that when Goku and Vegeta decide, we're going to meet this guy on planet New Namek, we're going to meet this guy there before getting all the details, and that's when we learn that they have no idea of the scary power that this man, or this just being holds.
Yeah.
Let's talk about new Namek. I'm excited Namek is back.
Yeah, man, new Namek.
Unfortunate for them, they seem to be, aight for a minute.
Man, I don't
not
know.
Much longer.
New Namek, bro.
As long as they have Dragon Balls, there will always be some person targeting them. But Moro's on there on the way to the Dragon Balls. Now, have they revealed what his wish was going to be?
Not yet. It wasn't at that point. It was remember, the wish didn't get announced until he was talking to Vegeta.
Right. He didn't say that he was going, but it was no, it was
no.
Because of Pasta.
Cranberry asked him in the ship though.
Yeah.
He was like, what's your wish gonna be? Oh yeah, he didn't want to tell him.
Pasta and Penne and all the other villains was like, if he's heading towards Namek, he's probably going for those Dragon Balls. And then yes, you're right. Cranberry does definitely ask him like, yo, what's your wish going to be? He's like, I only need one. I don't really care. Yeah. I don't need you even after this. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it close to the vest if you don't mind. And we're heading to, so that's another mystery. Honestly, we'll probably see the wish happen anyway. Because
I hope so.
Because villains.
This guy's interesting, yeah.
So we get that. They head to New Namek. Vegeta and Goku sort of beat them to there. And we see an interesting thing at the beginning of this battle. Moro steps out the ship. He's like, oh, you guys are trying to fight me. I get it. Here we are. Because forgot to just say that Goku and Vegeta were like knighted into the Galactic Prisoner Patrol. Yeah, and now they have little insignia on their outfits. Something to add to the fit guide, I guess.
Joko tried to get him to put on some whack shit. They was like, no, give me a mark.
Yeah, sorry, Jacko. They reach a ship. Moro's just like, you guys can't beat me, and first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this child and try to kill him. And it's just like, damn, that is crazy. Vegeta
he didn't even say it like that. Nah, that's not what happened. He used his magic to grab this kid by the neck.
Psychic abilities.
And then he goes, don't worry, guys. This is just food. Give me 1 second. That's all he said, man. And then Goku flipped out.
Goku had a vein in his head, but Vegeta was the first one to strike.
I know, but if you look at Moro's face, he's like, what are y'all? Like, calm down, man. I'm trying to eat, man.
He says, worry not. This is merely food. And everyone's like, yo, what is going on here?
Vegeta ain't like that shit, huh?
Vegeta kicked him out of his hand and saves the Namekian.
This page was on Twitter all day when this chapter came out.
Now let's talk about it for a second, because one of the major motifs or themes or threads through all this is kind of Vegeta's guilt, and it adds way more to the character of Vegeta, because Vegeta, for a large part of this entire arc thus far, feels guilty for the stuff that he did on Old Namek, and that was killing villages, all in the name of trying to, grab the Dragon Ball to become immortal and all these other things. So now, a lot of this, and he has a lot of conversation, and he has a lot of talk, and a lot of this is him having discussions and feeling bad. He has a discussion with the Elder in like the latest chapter of like, do you guys hold a grudge against me? And the Namekians are like, we don't hold grudges. We're just trying to.
That was a deep ass scene, man.
It's
asking the Namekians if they feel a certain way about him.
Yeah, I mean,
it's deep, man.
He's trying to atone for all his sins, apparently, and it's just he doesn't want Namek to get. He's done so bad, and he's done so much to this planet. He doesn't want to see that anymore, and he actually wants to make up for it. And he's like, "Listen, I'm going to stop Moro if it takes everything that I got to save these Namekians," which is cool. It's the full-fledged good guy Vegeta, man.
Full-fledged, like we talk about that 360, man. He's all the way there.
He's there. I also love the Dragon Balls being the focus of this arc again. It's nice. It's nice that it comes back.
I love how they just keep finding unique ways to add the Dragon Balls into the story properly and me not be like, why is this about Dragon Balls again? I have not been able to say that in a long time, and I'm okay with it.
Well, I'm luckily no one thus far has told him about the Super Dragon Balls.
I know, right?
He's just going for the regular or normal Dragon
Balls.
Another
mess.
But nonetheless, new Namek is back. I can't wait to see how this looks in the anime, just because it's like we haven't been at Namek in a while. It's a nice little throwback.
I don't care about Namek as much as you.
Really?
But I'm always for, new atmosphere, new environment to blow up.
But Namek is so pretty.
Namek has that light green, nice atmosphere.
Green skies, blue grass.
But the people are trash, man.
Well, yes, the people are trash, and the gosh,
why? I don't understand. I'm still trying to understand why we put some of the most valuable things in the world on this planet with some of the weakest people. I don't get it.
Well, they're not. So here's the thing: they're a civilization, just like any other civilization. Now, they're not a warrior civilization.
Not necessarily. No,
they're just
We need to move the Dragon Balls, man. Enough of this shit, man.
They're just
going to keep happening.
All right, so they're just green, just cool people who's just like, yo, this is what we are. We're just trying to live and prosper in peace, and people come and try to steal our Dragon Balls. These Dragon Balls are meant for, a higher purpose. We are the one who created them, by the way. Even Earth wouldn't have a set of Dragon Balls without the Namekians. So
Moro don't want to hear that shit, man.
Thank God he doesn't know about the Earth Dragon Balls, huh?
He ain't been to Earth yet, man. He ain't been to
Earth yet. No.
Not yet. Wait till you get there and see how much energy there is. He gonna be.
You think he will? Oh my God, that'll be.
No, but I'm just saying he isn't. Again, we could talk about Moro probably for a whole episode, but like,
we still got some more to talk about. But
I know, but I'm just saying, like, he's an energy based character. He is reverse Goku, like, is a reverse Goku. Like, it's just like he uses energy, but in the total opposite way Goku does.
It is whatever the spur bomb is, but evil.
And it's like he would be perfect on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Literally. So
he's selfish. He's someone who wants all the energy. He needs it for himself, so he can create a better himself. And it's not energy for the people, and it's not for the good of the universe. It's solely for himself. Which
he's very like he's self-aware, but like not of his actions necessarily. I remember one of the things, like I told you about the guy. Shout out this guy, man. I don't Unreal ENT Gaming, man. This dude was reading the manga to me, man, earlier today, right? When I was going over it, and he got to the scene where he's doing some crazy things on Namek, and he doesn't ever really acknowledge his torture or like the pain that he's causing necessarily.
He has no guilt. He has no conscience.
It's flat. Like, that we've seen a lot of villains before, like, admire the fact that they're so evil.
Yeah. A lot of reasons, a lot of
more like, of course I'm supposed to be like this. You know what I'm saying? He's more like, I don't have to talk about it. This is what I do.
He's like, y'all are inconsequential, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Let's get into this fight between Goku, Vegeta, and Moro for a little bit.
Sure.
This is the true showcase of all Moro's powers, which, unfortunately Goku and Vegeta don't see coming. But they managed to hold off for as long as they did. And Vegeta's the first one to sort of get in the fight. And a lot of this fight is just Vegeta versus Moro. But we learned that Moro can not only absorbs the energy from the Earth, but he can use the Earth's power and use that as an offensive maneuver, as a defensive maneuver. He's a full fucking wizard. He is
a wizard, bro. He's a wizard. He's like the first time we've seen like a true fighting wizard. Like, we've had wizards take over stronger guys and use that guy as a puppet,
right?
But this guy's using whatever planet he's on as a puppet.
He's 100% It's kind of scary, but at the same time, I'm waiting to see how this is also in the anime, because I feel like there's a number of ways you can sort of animate this and just have it look.
Okay,
it's like lava and it's like ground.
I want to ask you this. So in the manga, they show it coming out the ground, and he's kind of, now they call it fire a lot. I don't know if you noticed. Like, I don't know if it's fire, if it's water, if it's rock.
I believe it's lava.
You think it's lava? That's what I'm saying. I'm guessing it's lava too. I'm guessing it's that same.
And Vegeta ain't scared to run through no damn water. Like, it's
exactly.
I'm thinking it's lava. It's a lot of the earth. It's a lot of things. Maybe a little bit of a molten sort of
Shit. Okay.
Sort of attacking, because that's why Vegeta's trying to evade it so much.
I remember the scene. I don't know when we talk about it. Are we there yet? Yeah, because I think we kind of skipped over it when he was slaughtering Namekian.
Go ahead, talk about it.
You know, where he's in there's a scene where Moro is in the center of a village, and he engulfs this village around a wall flame, and he's basically saying, "Hey, show me the Dragon Balls, or I'm just gonna start killing y'all one by one." And they're like, "We would never do that. We would never give you any Dragon Balls to the likes of you." And so he's like, "All right," and he literally just starts flicking them in. He just starts flicking the Mickey into this lava.
It is insane.
And then Cranberry's like, "Guys, just tell us where it is." So
wait, we'll get to it, because there's a very
go ahead.
There's a very hilarious part that comes up.
I thought so.
So Vegeta's just like, he's using his ploy. He went Super Saiyan 2, apparently. I'm trying to fight this. He goes Super Saiyan God in a sense, and it's just like, oh, I'm not able to beat you. Damn, that is crazy.
He didn't really start getting going until Blue.
No. But he was just like, yo, I can't even beat you. I'm no match. Tell me your plan, though.
Yeah. This is weird Vegeta for me.
If you let me know your plan, and I might be on board, to be honest with you. And he's just like, why would you want to know my plan? He was like, yo, just say it, because like, I'm interested.
Moro's like, oh, you want me to tell you my plan before I kill you, eh?
It's just like, totally, that is 100% right. I can't even just imagine a world of not knowing what your motivations are before you kill me.
Okay, then here's everything. Dragon Balls, my powers, that.
All this other stuff. I need to regain my form. I'm used to be younger and stronger and sexier. Yeah. And now I'm no longer. My beard used to be I used to have the Drake beard, and now I have this like long goat looking shit. But Vegeta's like, oh, actually, that is not my final form. Word to Frieza.
Yeah.
You have not seen my final form yet. Turns blue. Gets it cracking.
Yeah.
Gets it on and popping.
Punches him right in his fucking shit.
Yeah.
He's beating his ass for a little bit.
He's beating his ass until
I think he went into his the Mystic or whatever it's called.
I don't think he went into that yet. I don't know though. They could do some funny thing. I don't know if he goes into that yet. Vegeta's he's scooting around, he's skating around. He thinks he's got him. But then they realize that he can no longer turn back. After he powers down, you realize they can no longer power back up. And that is because Moro is absorbing the power of the earth, and anyone who fucking touches the earth and just from the ground beneath them, he's absorbing their power. And he's just like, yo.
Well, let's talk about that cool page. There's a cool page when Goku realizes it.
Yeah. He says,
I forget what he says exactly, but he kind of like, he looks around. He's like, he looks at the tree. He looks at the trees, and they're kind of like, they're dying. Like big trees are dying. I think there's some animals that are losing their life form. He looks down at his hands, and he's like, Vegeta, something ain't right. Just, pay attention.
Right. And Moro's taking all that energy. He compresses it. He swallows it. And now he's transforming into just a younger, more youthful, can move around a lot better form. And Vegeta and Goku, they try to power up. They're like, okay, we got to really flip into action right now. I like how it's like when they realize they can't do it, they switch back to the scene where Merus is explaining like, yo, they should have stuck around because the power he has is scary.
Yeah.
And he steals their power.
He steals their power. All of it, basically, almost.
He steals their power. And this is really how Vegeta and Goku's kind of like demise at this part of the battle kind of ends, because they're not unable to power up, Moro just kind of has their way with them. He smashes them, he grabs their neck and steals the power directly from them. And so
like, gonna love that scene is going to do numbers, bro.
And he's just like, yo,
when they get to that in the anime, it's gonna look so good.
He's like, the juice these guys have, my God. Meanwhile, Beerus and Whis are just on looking. He was like, yo, something's going on. He was like, oh, well, someone's destroying a planet. Thank God. No, I don't have to do it.
That Beerus section is going to be 15, 20 minutes of an episode. This man Beerus has been so bored that he has been having a fishing contest with a fish for fish. Literally, that is what Beerus has been doing this whole time.
Oh my God,
that's how bored he is.
Listen, when Moro absorbs the power, his form just continues to grow. He looks a lot better now. He's got a couple abs, beard got shorter. A lot of different things.
So, do you like the path that they're going with his transformation? It looks like he's basically de-aging back to his young man self. The more energy that he gets, which is cool, because now I'm curious the way he's going to look at a final form.
Yeah, as am I, and I think it's very, very cool. I think it's very natural, very organic, instead of some unexplained transformation where he just goes. He's just like, "This is not my final form. This is my final form." Like some sort of deal like that.
Do it. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy this, is because he has to go through a process to actually get through this. It's not necessarily during battle. It's just, the more energy. So if he gets to Earth, if that is a part of the plan per se, that's why I said it would make sense for him to get to Earth, considering the type of being that he is. You know what I mean?
Let's fast forward through a couple bit of these. The Earth, the planet themselves, Namek tries to, plan a resistance in the wake of Goku and Vegeta not being able to. They try the fusion technique. Warrior after warrior fuses one another. He was like, "This is our greatest defense." The strongest.
This is my favorite part.
The strongest warrior from each village will all combine.
Oh God!
And that is how we will make the ultimate fighter to protect Earth. And Moro will not be able to stand up to this. The warrior, he's at his final form. It's got to be like 40 Namekians.
Dude,
that's what I'm hoping 40, for.
Bro, there's like, I was hoping it was like, I hope when we see it on TV, it's like 100 of them just like coming together to one being. And then like, I want to talk about this, because this is like, again, I can't wait for this, to see this live, like to see this animated. It's just funny because
it's a reminder of those Namekians that try to stand up to Frieza. Do you remember those? Those three Namekian guys who was just like
the story was being the way that he was telling the story to Goku or Vegeta. I can't remember who he was talking to about, we have there's one more plan. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
He's basically like,
they've been out for 3 days, so there of course has to be a plan.
Right. So chill out. So this whole time, the way that they present this up is like, this is it. Like, you know what? Goku and Vegeta can't do it. This is it. It's time to bring it. Like, I feel like this should have been done first. Like, let's get this out the way first.
We're going to get a Superman intro coming in. Dun, 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 dun.
Apparently, a bunch of Namekians fused together, and they are a super warrior, and they're going to be the ones to save Namek. And so... this guy, he's flying towards the location where Moro is, and
they don't even make it past the guy.
They don't even make it past the guy. I mean, Moro literally puts his arm out, and the guy flies into Moro's sword-like arm, and all of a sudden,
impales
himself on Moro's arm,
or he's impaled by Moro's arm. One of them,
whatever you want to call it. Moro lifts his arm up in the air, throws him back on the ground, and says something on the lines of like,
"He was dead before I could even see his face."
He was dead before I could. This is your savior. He said, "My apologies. He was dead before I even got to see his face."
Damn.
Dog, that was some of the hardest shit I read. Like, that's when I was truly into his character. At that point, I was like, I'm in. I'm sold.
Bodies needed to hit the floor, and
Bodies had to hit the floor.
And a body has hit the floor. It is scary on Namek right now. It is crazy insane.
Y'all gotta read this page, man. Y'all gotta read this page. Was that? I feel like that was chapter 45.
It was chapter 46.
Was it 46?
It was chapter 46, because now the latest chapter is chapter 47, where we're following up, and it's sort of chapter 47. It's very cool because now it seems like we kind of have a solution, but I don't think it's going to be the solution. But
yeah, I don't think so. Curious to what happens though.
Moro is just like, we got 6 Dragon Balls now. I got to find the 7th. I think with legitimately him absorbing all those people or sharpening his skills, because now he can sense exactly where the Dragon Balls are.
Scary, bro. I'm glad you just said that. Okay. Has there been anybody who can sense Dragon Balls?
No.
Directly?
No.
Dog. That shit is OP.
At this point, Frieza's got to update his firmware now. Like,
bro, that is OP as fuck.
My man Frieza sent 2
way and said the other one's over there.
My man Frieza sent Bulk and Skull to go get the fucking Dragon Ball radar in the movie. Meanwhile,
this guy Moro knows where they are.
Moro's just like, yo, they over there in the bucket beneath the tree next to the plant.
No, he points at that house. He's like,
there might be 2 magazines over it. I want you to grab those as well.
Cranberry, over there in that dresser underneath that book. You know exactly where it is, man.
Move the rubbers. They're right over there in the dresser.
How OP is this guy? Dude?
Oh my god!
Literally sensing where the but I guess that kind of shows his true power. He is an old being, you know. So I mean, it makes sense.
Yo, Moro Hendrix the Wizard is here.
Man, what a guy, dude.
Oh my god. How do you feel about the scene with Piccolo and Dende of like, yo, something's happening on our planet?
It's fucking useless. It's like, why are we showing like man.
6 Dragon. Go ahead.
It's very Namekian lives matter. Like, you know, it's a very Namekian lives matter scene.
They do matter. Come on.
They definitely do. But I'm just saying, it's like, I don't need to see, like, I don't care how they feel about this situation.
I got you.
They ain't there. So
100%. They are not there.
They're not there. So it's like, I don't care how y'all feel about this.
So Moro's coming straight for the guys who are by the last Dragon Ball, and Vegeta and Goku are like, yo, we gotta stop this guy because no one else will. They're not fully healed yet, but you know, they're there.
The young Namekians healed them up a little bit.
Shout out to them. There's always one.
One guy, one kid.
New Dende is what I'm gonna call him.
What was his name?
I don't know.
He did have a name though.
He 100% had a name.
The same kid that Vegeta saved, isn't it?
It might be.
Wasn't it the same kid?
It could be the same kid. Fuck, I don't know his name. Eska. There we go. Eska.
Yeah, it's the same kid.
It's Eska, a young Namekian. There we go.
That's New Dende. Young Namekian. New Dende Eska.
New Dende Eska. DJ Eska. OG Eska. Yo, we're stupid. Let's see. So Vegeta and Goku try to stop him off with the pass. And then we get the ship. The Galactic Patrol is here. Cue the music. They got to have some cool music. I hope so.
They will. They will definitely have music.
Merus is on the ship. He's shooting at them.
Merus saves the day because Goku and Vegeta were definitely about to die.
Oh, they're about to die. Merus destroys Cranberry's ship. Boom, boom.
Shooting off.
Flying through the air, dodging, things.
Yeah, this guy's like OP. We don't know nothing about Merus still, like, but for whatever reason, he can jump on beams and he has blasters on his feet. This man was he? I couldn't understand that page. Did you see that?
He got blasters on his feet. Yeah, he was dodging the beams that.
He was just dodging them, right?
Yeah. He essentially jumped. Merus was shooting the beams at him, and he just jumped and started flying through them.
Okay. I thought this motherfucker was hopping chi.
Like, no. He got rocket feet and shit. He got rocket feet. He don't know how to actually fly. They've developed some sort of capture device for Moro, which is great. Yeah. It's a plan. A much better plan than the Meccan one, I'll tell you.
yeah. Let's all fuse together.
Oh my!
He just killed 100 guys in one now.
He says, "Okay, so we got."
I'm not gonna get over that. I can't wait to see that live, dude. I'm not gonna get over that shit.
Now part 2 of our plan: Jocko, get Boo off the ship. Boo comes out. He's still sleeping, but boom, boom, boom. They have used hypnotism. This is it. They have used. Let's see.
How you feel about this?
Jocko says our organization has got a galactically licensed medium hypnotist and aromatherapist. Just so you know,
this is 10 minutes easy, guys, on an episode.
Bringing back old memories is a cinch. Oh, we getting it. It's gonna be like the old Kai. Trying to bring out Gohan's power. It's like, okay, he's very strong. This will at least take 7 episodes.
Yeah, you already know.
Majin Buu has now got all the memories of
the guy he absorbed.
Daikao?
But it's the Lords of Lords.
The Lords of Lords.
Lords of Lords.
So
which is what Moro says when Boo says his name. Moro turns around, looks at him, and then says, "The Lord of Lords."
The Lord of Lords. It's his name is Daikao. Let me get to the arc. We'll see how it is. But nonetheless, he's got all his memories. The memories. So he remembers exactly who Moro is. And this is the guy
that put Moro up in the first place, right?
Right. 100%. Right. And he is just like, I didn't forget what you did. You don't get to pick on everyone here no more. And Boo goes crazy. Yeah. And Moro tries to stop him, but Boo is apparently impervious to having his energy, absorbed, and also impervious to like physical attacks, as he's always known. Right. Boo's got the upper hand. He is laying the smack down, and that is the end of chapter 47, the latest chapter.
Boo is the real deal. Although this just, I don't know, man.
Predictions? What are your predictions? Because my prediction is this doesn't last that long.
You want me to give my prediction?
Let's talk about it.
I think Boo dies. I think Boo is killed. Yeah, I think Boo. I think this is the end. I think this is the end of Majin Buu.
Whoa.
That's my big God one.
Right, wait a minute. He can't die. He's in GT.
Hey man, it's over, man. Majin Buu, this is it for him. I feel like this is the end.
I don't think Majin Buu will win, if you're asking me. No, I do not think he will win.
He's definitely not going to win. I think he's going to die. I think this is it. He's going to be completely obliterated. Although he did jump through lava in this chapter.
I think there will be another major sacrifice. I'm honestly thinking Merus might die.
You think that's what his if they, you know what?
I think there's another major sacrifice that needs to happen because he has to reach to another level. Like he has to reach his final form. By the way, they still have no idea how to use the Dragon Balls, even though they've got all 7 of them.
No, that's the one thing they have not mentioned.
So
I don't think Cranberry knows how to do it. I mean, he hasn't said anything in the likings of like him knowing. He just knows he just knows the story of them because he worked for Frieza. But even back then, Frieza didn't know how, did he?
You know what? My prediction might have to change. I think with this planet being with Boo essentially getting the upper hand, he's going to say, "I'm taking this planet now." Everyone might have to escape.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's a major sacrifice will happen because he needs to get stronger, and that is how he gets stronger. So a major sacrifice will happen. He will also still need to be able to use the Dragon Balls, which I'm not sure if he can do with Namek's dead or if the people aren't on it. So maybe my prediction is fucked up.
Moro's gonna eat Majin Buu, man.
You think he's gonna eat Majin Buu? It might be Merus.
It's perfect. It's the perfect. Not Merus. Moro. I'm sorry. Moro's gonna eat Majin Buu, man. It's perfect, man. Majin Buu's always eating somebody else, man. He about to get eaten.
That would be trash. I would hate it because this is our only action of Majin Buu we get this entire arc. Besides, 15 minutes.
He hasn't fought barely any in Super.
Yeah, at all. So
no, I mean, I think that if his demise is to come, this is it. But I don't know, man. Obviously, this isn't the end. I'm pretty sure we know that. How it ends, this is like up in the air. It's tough for me to see. They've already shrunken, Blue, God. I mean, I don't. It's tough to kind of like figure out what's next. You know what I mean? I know me and you text earlier about people and the 17.
You said this was an android's fight, and I was like, "Boy,
it is an android's
right?"
Fight. Yeah, it's an android's fight, man. Although that scene with Beerus is interesting to me.
Do you feel like you will get involved?
I do. I think if anything, it's his fight. I think the 17
really.
I think the 17 stuff is a bit of a reach. It would be too awesome. You know what I mean? It's almost like too perfect, like to have 17 come in and like handle this. But like, I don't know. It just seems strange to me that this guy is just way too powerful, bro. I mean, he's already bodied the Goku Blue, Red, or not Goku Blue because Goku couldn't transform, but
right.
He's already bodied Vegeta and all of his forms for the most part. He's clearly all powerful, maybe one of the most gifted from a technique standpoint villains that we've ever seen. It definitely has Beerus written all over it. I mean, but
I don't know. Beerus doesn't get involved. I feel like he's been the majority of this entire thing has been comic relief, and he doesn't tend to get involved in like mortal activities unless unless things reach to a god level, which is like in the Dragon Ball, Black Arc, where he had to kill that other god because he was wilding. Unless things reach to that level,
you just don't think we've gotten to that point yet.
No. It would have to be like morals that's like, I want to become a god of destruction, and then Beerus is like, excuse me.
To be fair, I guess that's fair because he did all Beerus really said was, he's at Namekian's planet dying. Oh, he's doing the work for me. So you're right about that. That is
like, turn that up. Come on.
Yeah, he basically was like, turn it up. I don't have to do it. But with this character, they can really go anywhere they want to go.
Yeah.
I like that. There isn't a lot of other like Z Warrior talk. Like nobody else is really involved in this. I think
we'll get some people.
You think so? I mean, it seems a bit out of like everyone's jurisdiction. Like I don't know. Like, are we going to get to Earth?
I feel like we might.
If we get,
know what? I don't. I feel like
I don't see no other reason for anybody to come to Namek besides like maybe a Piccolo or Dende per se.
They're gonna have to get in if they're going with the androids. They're gonna have to pick up the androids somewhere.
Hey man, pick up the androids. Pick up 17, 18, have them fuse, and let's get this shit popping, man.
Then they wish them, new Namek back because that's
wish new Namek back with the Dragon Balls that you got have collected,
something like that. But if Goku and Vegeta escape back to Earth, he's going to find them.
Yeah, this one's weird. It's different. He's very powerful. He can sense a lot of different things. He's not at his full power yet, and he's stronger than everybody that we've seen. So,
right.
I don't know. It's weird.
This is very interesting conundrum that we're in, but we're excited. We're excited with the new Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. We're excited with everything that's sort of coming up. Next month, we will be beginning back the Tien Shinhan saga.
Yeah.
With season, I believe this is season 5. Oh God, season 5.
Season 5. Jeez, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Season 5 of the Lookout. We'll be back in Dragon Ball talking about the Tien Shinhan saga. It should be fucking incredible. Mm-hmm. That will come sometime next month. We haven't figured out a date when we're going to start it yet, but I would stay tuned to RNC Radio Live.
Yeah, if you guys want us to continue keeping up with this, this manga too, man.
Oh yeah, let us know.
Yeah, pretty much. It's awesome. I don't mind.
Let us know. You can hit me up at Meelz TV on Twitter. That's MEELZ TV, and you can hit Jeff up at Old Newsboy on Twitter. You can hit up RNC Radio Live on Twitter and let us know there if you want us to continue with sort of the manga and how everything's going with that, because a lot of things have gotten interesting, and it is a great holdover until the anime actually comes back and we start seeing all these people in live action blowing up shit and killing baby Namekians and all this other stuff. So until then, man, Any final words, Jeff? Any final thoughts on this arc and everything moving forward?
Man, I think that they're going in the right direction. It's going to be really fun. Like I said, I can't wait to see it animated. Part of me is going to be really, I don't know, weird finishing or being caught up on the manga and not seeing the anime yet. And then when the anime comes out, knowing kind of how it goes. But I don't know. It's pretty fun. It's interesting. I think everybody should check it out if you're really into Dragon Ball and you can't wait and you just want to know what's going on. It's worth the read. It won't take too long. I think you'll enjoy it. This is a real villain. So, yeah.
Real Villain Hours back. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 34 of the Lookout Podcast. We will be back starting next month. Whole new season. Whole new Dragon Ball. Or old Dragon Ball. Whole new us. We will be back next month. Stay tuned. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.